Our format tonight is really simple. We're going to have an open forum where you can ask questions, but we ask you to write them down and bring them up. We'll start with a 2-minute opening statement from each of our candidates, and then for each question asked, they'll have approximately 90 minutes to respond, and then we will close with 1-minute closing statements where they can tell us why they think we should vote for them. Our candidates tonight, in order, are Jay Kaufner, Nancy Winindi, Greg Summer, and Chris Furtick. Let's talk about economic development. If you had to give Yankton or fill out a report card for Yankton in the area of economic development, what grade would you give Yankton, and what would you do to try to increase that grade? Oh, that would be to Chris first, I'm sorry. Lost track again.
These are loaded, I think. Sitting from the outside looking in, I would have to probably give the city a D as far as economic development goes. Last year, Yankton lost 30 businesses. But 30 businesses closed their doors last year. Sales tax revenues were down last year. They continue to be down this year. I keep hearing the city is not responsible for economic development, and I disagree. I think the city needs to take a strong role in economic development, in bringing in business, in representing reasons why businesses should come to town. Again, I referenced the lots north of town. Whether they should have been purchased or not is another question. But the outlaws of Menards. The outlaws of Menards have been there for 3 years. The city's incenting those lands to the point where they're giving them away. And we have no businesses coming in. Menards is kind of like Walmart in that aspect. Build it and they will come. They haven't. And there's a reason behind it. I'm not sure what it is.
Thank you, Chris. Jay?
Kind of what I alluded to earlier, I believe that we have to have everything in place to be ready. I would give it a B-. I'd like to say C, but it's not too low. And again, it comes down to what we can get in place. I know we're behind in shovel-ready projects. That is just a must, I think. Be ready. When businesses want to come here, we have to be ready to go. I just don't think we can force people to move here unless they want to come here. We have to create that environment.
Thank you. And Nancy?
I'm going to give Yankton a B for a report card grade on economic development. And I will give us a B because we are bringing new businesses, or I have seen that happen over the last 9 years I've been on the commission. Yes, some businesses are closed, or have closed over those 9 years, but jobs are being created in this community. And it goes back to the question of what do you consider economic development? That is a variety, it's just a very broad-based term. So I'm not going to agree with Mr. Furtick on people saying the city is not responsible, or when people say that. I think we are not 100% responsible. There are partners and other people that come into play when decisions are being made on economic development. We sometimes talk with the county, we talk with YAPG, we talk with other businesses that are in the community. It's a collaborative effort when we're working towards economic development. And first and foremost, it is the citizens that need to be involved when it comes to economic development. And when we talk about why aren't some businesses coming forward, we had touched on this yesterday at Interchange, and a lot of it has to do with the numbers, the drive-bys on certain locations, the dollars that are spent here or generated here. So if all the people who live in this community start shopping local, that will have a huge impact on what companies are doing and how they look at Yankton, and they will start to look at Yankton differently. And as Commissioner Hoffner has stated on shovel-ready sites, yes, we could have more, but I believe we have 5 state-certified sites right now, which might be the most in any one community. So as far as how we're looking across the state, we have been doing what we need to get Yankton on the map as far as the Governor's Office of Economic Development. So I think we have been doing a good job.
Thank you, Nancy. And Craig?
I would give us a B to B plus, just based on the fact that we don't have more to show for it yet. I was gonna bring up the point too about the 5 shovel-ready lots that the state is marketing for Yankton. There is no other city in the state that has more than one. We're trying. We're on the state site. The state is marketing that for us. We work with YAPG. We put together a package to try and facilitate the Napa Junction project because we see the development potential in that. That was one of the 3 main things that I ran on 3 years ago, was to revamp the way we do economic development, to try a different method. And what we've accomplished over the last couple of years going through this is we have dissolved an EDC, an Economic Development Committee, that was unnecessary, we decided. We have a city manager and mayor now sitting on YAPG's board. We have a city manager and mayor. We're also involved in the interviewing process for the new YAPG director. Yankton has a new YAPG director that has already jumped in with both feet trying to get involved in this. And the city is trying to incent new businesses, as I spoke to earlier. I mean, we don't want to consider ourselves developers, but we're doing it to try and create this. And I guess to the point out north, I would ask Mr. Fertig a question. If you build it and they don't come, what do? Do you let dirt sit there as dirt? No, we don't want to sit. We want things happening. Growth is going to create more growth. When we get stuff opening out there, it's going to create more excitement. It's going to get more companies looking at why is so-and-so coming to Yankton? Why did so-and-so build in North Yankton? And that's what we're trying to achieve here. It is better to get property tax and 1% sales tax off those dirt lots than to get nothing off those dirt lots. And that is the incentive we gave. We gave 1 of the 2 pennies of sales tax away to try and get businesses out there. We didn't give the lots away for free. And again, this is tied to a TIF project, so it's different financing than anything else in the city would have. But to say that, you know, we all know, we've discussed it at forums, we've discussed it at our meetings. I said, we know things are about ready to start happening in Yankton. You know, we talk to developers regularly. We know who they're talking to. We know what's being discussed. There are things that will start happening very soon, and that's our job to keep facilitating new growth around it as I see it.